Today we're talking about probability. Basically, we are putting together everything that we've learned. All right? So, we're going to start doing examples, and hopefully we'll figure this out. The one thing I want you to remember is that anytime you see the word probability, your answer is going to be a fraction. If you don't see the word probability, then your answer is not a fraction. Okay? All right, here we go. A bag contains 2 red, 4 yellow, and 6 blue. 2 red, 4 yellow, 6 blue marbles. 2 marbles are drawn at random. Find the probability of each event. What's the first thing we should always do? Very good, your total. What is my total?
12.
Very good. Now, if they don't tell you that it's not being replaced or being replaced, you're just going to assume that they take it and it's out, okay, unless they tell you they're replacing it. Are you with me? Okay, so when they say that you're taking out 2 marbles, that means they're taking out one, they're leaving it out, and they're taking out another one. So they want to know, find the probability, which means my answer is going to be a fraction of each of these events. So both are red. So we're taking out 2 marbles. I'm going to put 2 blanks there. What is the probability of the first one being red? How many red marbles are there? 2 out of 12. You take a red one out. It is sitting outside of that bag now. So now how many red marbles are there? 1 out of 11. Then you always check if you can reduce. Can anything reduce here?
Yeah.
Good. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. Anything else? No. 1 times 1 is 1, and 6 times 11 is 66. Very good. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to try B on your own, and I'll come around and check some of your answers. Perfect. Good. Good. I didn't hear you that one.
Oh my god, perfect. Look that up.
Sing it.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
Good. Okay, the correct answer is 1 over 11. Okay, so we're going to go through this. So again, we are choosing 2 marbles. So I'm going to make 2 blanks. Okay, it says both are yellow. How many are for my first choice? 4 out of 12. Take 1 yellow out, is now outside of the bag. How many yellows are there now? 3 out of 11. And then we would reduce if we can. Can I reduce?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Then I still have those 3's. 3 divided by 3 is 1. This 3 is 1. And we multiply, and I get 1 over 11. Questions? Okay, example 2. The letters A, B, C, D are on slips of paper. Find the probability means my answer is going to be a fraction. They're pulled out in alphabetical order. So that means I'm pulling all of them out. So how many blanks am I going to have? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is my total? Total is 4 letters. Okay, now the key here is that they're saying in alphabetical order. So if I'm pulling it out in alphabetical order, how many choices do I have for my first blank? 1 out of 4. Okay, so there's 1A that I'm taking out. Okay, so my next letter has to be a B, and it's 1 out of 3. And then my next one's going to be 1 out of 2, and then I have 1 out of 1. Can anything reduce on this?
Yes.
Is it going to change? No. You can only cancel something on the top with something on the bottom. On the top, all I have is 1s, so we can't reduce anything. So 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 3 is 12, times 2 is, times 1 is still 24. Okay. Questions on 2? All right, moving on to 3. Am I going too fast?
No, you're fine.
Okay. This one's about cards. I want everyone to know that during the test, I'm going to leave up that on the board where it has all the information about cards for those of you that maybe don't know cards very well. If you need to take a picture of it for doing your homework, that is fine. But remember that on your test, you cannot use your phone. So the only resource you'll have on the test is what's on the board. Okay? And what happens if we have our phones out during a test?
Everybody dies.
Okay, something like that. Okay. All right, example 3. Suppose you guys were quiet. All right. Suppose one card is drawn at random from a standard deck of 52 playing cards. Find the probability of each event. What was the key word there? Probability, which means my answer is going to be a fraction. Some of you guys messed up on this on your quiz yesterday, okay, because you wrote answers that were probability, but you didn't write them as fractions. Okay, this says, find the probability the card is either a face card or an ace, or is telling us to add. Okay, so if we go and look, how many face cards are there in the deck of cards? Good. 12 out of 52. Or means adding. And how many aces are there? 4 out of 52. Now we always, whenever we're adding, we always need to double check that nothing overlaps. So here was all my face cards that I added. And then down here were each of the aces I added. Did any of those overlap?
Nope.
No. So we do not need to subtract anything on this OR problem. So we go ahead and add, and 12 plus 4 is 16 over 52. And then can I reduce that? We can divide by 4, and we get 4 over 13. Questions? Okay, part B, you're going to try this one on your own. I'll give you guys about a minute, and I'll walk around and check answers.
You're right.
So it's 15 over 2, right?
Yeah.
There's no overlapping.
Yes.
I still don't get the overlap.
It's like when they serve card and it's like, for example, when they say a black card and an ace, and then there's 4 aces in the card, right?
Good. Good. Okay, everybody that I checked looks like they got it. Okay, so the card is either a diamond. How many diamonds are there? 13 out of 52. And then it says, or a black 10. How many black 10s? 2 out of 52. And if we look at our diamonds, here are diamonds, and notice they're colored in a reddish color. There's my diamonds, here are my 10s. Did any of those black 10s overlap with my red diamonds?
No.
No. So that's why I didn't have to subtract anything. And we get 15 over 52. Okay. Example. Do we have questions on that one?
No.
Okay. Example 4. The letters of the word favor are written on a slip of paper, and then all 5 slips of paper are put into a hat. If each one of the slips of paper are removed, find the probability. Find the what?
Probability.
Which means what?
Fraction.
Very good. That they will be removed in order so that it spells the word favor. So, what is my total amount of letters?
5.
Very good. So we're going to write down total equals 5. How many am I taking out?
5.
5. Okay, so I'm going to make 5 blanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if we want it to be spelled in that specific order, in order for my first letter to be F, how many choices do I have? 1 out of 5. And then what happens?
1 out of 4.
1 out of 4, 1 out of
3.
1 out of, and 1 out of.
1.
Blast off.
Hesi Saeed, can anything cancel on this one? No. Good, because we can only cancel from tops to bottoms, right? So there's no numbers on top that can reduce with anything on the bottom because they're all 1s. Okay, so we multiply and we get 1 over 120 is correct. Questions? All right, moving on. Say that again. Yes, I know, crazy, huh? Okay, your test is next week. Okay, example 5. The numbers 1 through 6 are written on separate slips of paper and put into a bag. Find the probability they will be removed one at a time and be in increasing order. I think you guys can do this one on your own. I'm going to give you about 45 seconds.
Oh, guys. Yeah.
I cut my face yesterday. I was like, ah, my skin.
Well, stubble and this.
Here's the summer.
Beginning that in June.
Okay, here we go. So my total is 6. I also saw that word probability, which means my answer is a fraction. They're removing one at a time, so I have 6 spots. And they said they want them in increasing order. So in order to be in increasing order, the first number is going to be 1. So there's one choice out of 6. 1 out of 5, 1 out of 4, 1 out of 3, 1 out of 2, and 1 out of 1. You multiply that together and you get 1 over 720 is correct. Okay, example 6. A bag contains 5 red and 4 white marbles. A marble is to be selected and not replaced into the bag. A second selection is then made. What is the, which means my answer is a, of selecting 2 red marbles. Okay, so what is my total on here?
9.
Okay, so, and I'm choosing how many? 2 blanks. Just give it to him. I don't care.
Alright, cool.
Okay.
That's a good catch.
So the first one is red. How many reds are there?
5.
Out of 9. Okay. It says it's not replaced, so we take that red one out, and it's sitting outside the bag now. And so now how many reds are there? 4 out of 8. Very good. Can I reduce?
Yes.
What can I reduce? Good. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 4 divided by 8 is, or 8 divided by 4 is 2. Nothing else reduces, and so I end up with perfect. Questions? All right, example 7. 3 letters were selected from 26 letters of the alphabet. What is the probability, which means the answer is A, that the letter E was picked third? So how many am I choosing? 3. So I'm going to make 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 26 letters in the alphabet. So this one you have to think about a little differently. Remember on your quiz yesterday where Dad was sitting in the middle, and so we only had one choice for Dad? Well, in this one they said that E is picked third. So how many do I have for that one? 1 choice for the third spot, because there's only 1 E in the alphabet, right? Yes? Okay. So then if I, because I just did it because it said that E was picked third. And so that's why I just put there was 1 choice there for E. So then if I start back at the beginning, that means for this spot I can't pick E. So how many choices are there? 25, but there's really 26 letters. But I can't pick E because E has to be third. Okay, and then so I pick out a letter that's not E. And so then now how many letters are left here? 24 out of 25. And then here when I get to the E, I only have 1 choice, but there's how many letters in the back? 24. And then do we see things that cross cancel? My 25s cancel, and what else? 24. So I end up with 1 over 26 is the correct answer. Yes.
Said 1 over 26.
Couldn't you just done that as pop?
Let's just put that 1 over 26.
You could do it. So let's say you did it that. So there's another way of doing this one, and you'll get the same answer. Okay, so real quick. You could put your 3 spots, and let's just say that you start with your third letter, and there's 1 E out of 26. right? So when you go back here, you take, so now you have one less letter total, right? 25, but you can choose any of the 25. So you have 25 out of 25 choices, and then you have 24 out of 24 choices. Okay? Those still cancel, and you still end up with 1 over 26 as your answer. So either way that you do it, you'll get the right answer. Okay? All right. Are we ready to move on to 8? Okay. Actually, oh,